Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take another look here at Solana, see what's going on. We have a nice little bounce off this support range in the last 24 to 48 hours. Price action holding above this level here, so just keep in mind this 0.618, this basically is golden pocket, is effectively a very strong support range. So 248 to 252 is still, I think that great area of consideration for longs. Again, a lot of this is depending on Bitcoin pulling back or how it pulls back, because if you see here, Bitcoin pulled back just a little bit and Solana pulled back fairly hard. In other words, altcoins are kind of responding adversely to any type of correction from Bitcoin, more so specifically losing that 98,000. It's not even a support range, but I think that's kind of one of those levels. As soon as the price dips down below 98K, it just seems like altcoins kind of freak out a little bit. So just know that that exists. Let's take a quick look on the back end data here and kind of see what's up with liquidation. And while this is loading, just want to say thanks to my community for some awesome profits here. We took some nice healthy Cartesi trades, 63% 4 days ago. And then Tau, I know people were disapproving of that trade just because it pulled back as soon as we took entry, but we averaged it nicely, a good 32% there from that coin, and obviously hit all targets on our AVAX long at 42% if you round up a little. So anyways, been a good little last 48 hours, so thanks again for the awesome feedback to everyone. Let's take a look at the last 7 days of liquidation on the left-hand side. We can see 250, a lot of liquidation there. So keep in mind, while 250 is probably a good support level, we also have a lot of reasons why the price action might revisit that level too. Okay, so just know a solid chance that we're going to bounce. However, that there's a lot of people kind of hedge there, some heavy leverage longs, and those are typically the first ones to get swept. So you can thank your counterparts, your other emotional idiots in the market who are basically 50, 100x leverage trades. They're the reason why price action moves the way that it moves. Okay, I'm thoroughly convinced that liquidation is one of the most incentivized type of price action for the whales, because once they sweep that level, they can move the market however they see fit in most cases, right? They have enough volume to be able to do that. And again, liquidation, folks, it's important for one, not to be liquidated, and for two, don't put a target on your back. You're doing that when you put a high leverage trade into play. Okay, I get it, a little fun here and there, a few dollars here and there if you're willing to lose X, Y, and Z, but it just doesn't make a ton of sense otherwise unless you're willing to just kind of gamble, right? And that's kind of the fun of crypto. I'll admit, at first, I thought that was pretty exciting, but the big picture is a pretty dumb move if you're using a large position size. You don't want to use anything more than 5% of your total portfolio per trade, especially not on a high risk trade like this. That might be like a fraction of a percent of your total liquidity. Anyways, conversation for another day. We can see here Solana. We have liquidation delta is pretty high. It's been pretty high for a while. Bitcoin is exuding the same behavior. So if you're not familiar, you didn't catch my Bitcoin analysis yet, you can kind of see here that Bitcoin is on its way down. And effectively, there's a decent chunk of liquidation at 97K. But more importantly, we have a liquidation delta is pretty high. Now again, last time I said this, it went up to like 35 billion in liquidation delta. But we're going to need a super ton of volume from Bitcoin to be able to blast through that $100,000 range. So I would just be very, very careful. If you're just kind of considering just jumping in willy-nilly right now, it's a crazy situation right now. So I don't personally like to long the top, even though the top may not be in for a lot of coins. For right now, Solana has triple topped here, so to speak, and a decent chance we see a continuation lower if Bitcoin pulls back. If Bitcoin can stabilize 98 to 99K again, then I do think Solana will probably continue higher. But it would make sense, of course, that we see a little bit more of a sweep to the downside. So I think a limit order in the 248 to 252 area is a good consideration. I'm always referring to a spot bag, by the way, not talking about a leveraged limit order. You can do a leveraged limit order if you're watching it, but you don't just set it and walk away, okay? It's important to realize that. Anyways, everything on the daily time frame is going to be super bullish here, okay? So there's nothing really telling us that there's a shift in momentum. Bitcoin does have a stochastic divergence, a second one, that concerns me a little bit. It makes me wonder if Bitcoin's going to continue to pull back. But at this point here, Solana is not exuding any behaviors like that. Everything seems to be in pretty good shape. Minus the money flow index, a little bit low, but that's common for it to start dipping leading into a weekend, or more importantly on the daily time frame when you see that. It's a bit of a lag just based on the fact that we have good price action now and we didn't a couple weeks ago. Having said all that, we're looking here at the ascending trend. We can see we're above all moving averages here, looking pretty solid. We are over 50 on the RSI while we're tapering off and pulling back. The money flow index is still high. So if the MFI can stay high and the RSI tapers off, then we're more likely to leg up significantly next time, whenever that occurs, okay? Same thing with stochastic here. It's pulling down while the price goes sideways. That's a very bullish sign, letting us know it's preparing for another leg up here, okay? Same thing with the MACD too. While this is never a bullish sign, it's just kind of letting us know that, hey, we've topped out for the moment and a pullback would make sense. So me personally, I think a little bit of a correction from Solana to the 248, 252 range seems like a very sensible consideration for long, because again, the reason why that's important level to understand is that previously we topped out there at about that 248 to 250 range, and we couldn't pass it, and we haven't yet retested that level. So there's that as well. Let's take a look at the hourly and really quickly understand here. The very last thing here is the Ichimoku cloud. This is going to confirm, in most cases, I'm pretty sure, confident that we're still in good shape, which we are. Conversion lines over the baseline. Lagging span is within the price action, basically not a consideration for a long or a short. We can also see the cloud itself is averaging itself out right here. The lower lead is right there at about 248. That's good. That implies support. So if the price pulls back, stronger likelihood of bouncing off that level. Okay, so there's a lot of confluence in the 248 to 252 range, and I think that's a great area to consider along if the price does end up pulling back. Okay, emphasis on the word if, but once more, Bitcoin's showing some signs of reversal. It's just not official just yet. So heads up on all that. So hopefully that makes sense, and I helped you understand a little bit more about what's going on here with Solana. I'll post a playout chart here shortly. Once more, congrats to our community members for some solid profits here. We're cranking on all cylinders here too with our Premium Plus as well, just sending monstrous signals, and majority of them were all hitting their profit targets. Let's quickly look here just to verify as well. Last thing but not least, if you're part of my Bitunix community, we have 6 more days left of this trading prize pool, and just know that there's $60,000 giving away for the top 20 traders. So pretty easy to qualify. You really just do what you normally do. Anyways, use my link to register. You'll be eligible for future competitions as well. And typically they have a deposit bonus every month as well. It's pretty cool. Anyways, thanks again, Bitunix, for the awesome opportunity for our community. Thank you too for being an awesome part of my life. I look forward to seeing the next one. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you.